Alright, well, welcome back. Once again, we are past the dice, playing a Daggerheart adventure, of course. That being said, we have a full group today. Love to see it, love to see. Once again, if you're enjoying our content, please like and subscribe. We really, really enjoy telling stories. We love having fun and love to have you all along. And if you like our stuff, please support us. That being said, so where we last left off, a pretty dire battle ended up happening inside the Forest Temple. Some of you fell.
Like 90% of us did.
Everyone popped back up though. And you all were able to retrieve one of these particular keys that was described to you from Tyr. And one of these keys are said to unlock an ancient civilization by today's era. These keys are supposed to lend to what some rumor as El Dorado, Atlantis. The last people that had reached the surface to make this all happen discovered that there were people on the surface. So, as we get closer and closer to the team's goal, the group ended up making out alive in the Forest Temple. They have traversed partway on their way to Siren's Bell at this point in time, which their goal is to go ahead and meet contact with the individual named Tyr, a fawn that is one of the leaders of the couriers in Siren's Bell. Specially requested both Obram and Hawthorne. Now, of course, everyone has joined along in this adventure. Right now, you all find yourself in one of the safe caverns, kind of about half a day's journey away from Siren's Bell. You're once again inside one of the crystal towers, these outposts that have been posted alongside the crystal desert that has kept you all safe during what some would consider night, even though you are perpetually in darkness. You all have a moments to yourselves, and I know you all have been able to roll and gotten all your health back and things of that nature, but I'm going to go ahead and leave this moment up and open to you. Now, bear in mind, currently right now, Zephyr as well as, I'd say Terra, are doing Night's Watch, which allows you all to heal up the way that you have. But you have a moment to yourselves prior to making it into Siren's Bell, and I would say that none of you have been to Siren's Bell. You have an overall idea. Even Felely, you took a look at one of the maps and have a general idea of the layout, but specifically Eddie, as soon as you heard the term water, you were deciding to be very far away from anywhere near there. But I leave this open as you guys are inside this crystal tower, and there's a kind of like not a bonfire, but a nice hearth that is kind of flickering and reflecting on the crystal that is protecting you on the outside. You know that Zephyr and Terra are outside, currently looking out. You do know that... I'm spacing on John's character for some reason. Eli is tending to the fire, but you all are able to go ahead and talk amongst yourselves, maybe inquire about Siren's Bell or what have you. A moment of role play, if you will. As we moved into this more open format.
Orm speaks up. Did any of us have a map of this place?
Vasco Felely has a map in his head.
To the spear.
To the spear. To the spear.
Hawthorne kind of sits herself up a little bit. She unrolls a small piece of cloth that she had gathered from her personal belongings back in Rothnir. And she kind of unfurls it. It's very crudely drawn, but there is some vague directions of where stuff may be, I would say, in Siren's Bell.
Especially in the old world. So, Hawthorne, one thing that you were always very fond of is that when something were to pop up with the scholars in general, you're kind of the first to dive in, and with your background in like ancient religion, you're always kind of nitpicking and trying to find little things. And as a child, you crudely drew some maps and explored what life was like back then. What were some of the things that you remember about Siren's Bell in the little glimpses that you were able to kind of overlook when Tiny was like scribing out or finding or doing those things?
I think the biggest thing that she remembers is obviously the bell-shaped divot/lake in the center of town where on multiple sides many like more major businesses would always pop up, but also it's where the city heart is and where almost all of, back then at least, where all of the major important decisions were made about the town and trading routes and all of that, given it was a coastal town.
Yeah, absolutely. A big center of trade is something that you remember dramatically, and you think to yourself, like, I wonder if it has become that, like, as humanity has risen up from ashes, some may say. And also as a reminder, you kind of went through kind of a traumatic experience as you now look behind you and you see these skeletal wings that are collapsed and still completely functional, but collapsed against your back. These thoughts of someone had reached out to you and that yin and yang were proposed dead. This individual that you met that had you fly again exists somewhere. That being said, Felely, you reflect on just how deep your family's relations were. You being in Illidan and the brisk moment, the few years that you spent there prior to going to the Fey Wilds, your family's crest is a prominent one. One that, through the books and literature that your father had shared with you, spreads pretty far and wide. Something to kind of bear in mind of the lineage and that notebook, that journal that you found. These whispers of El Dorado. And the ever-looming, pale, ashen orc with blue eyes that you found yourself at knife's edge with. The one that killed your brother. Still looms. Eddie, always being able to try and hone your own craft. The only person that knew how to handle a gun is long since passed. There's so much out there from the old world and old technology that there could be people who have found different ways to use guns in general, as it was the common weapon at some point in time, where you hold now one of only a handful that are known. It's very possible that not only will you be able to, on the surface, find out what these were made for besides just killing, because you've also thought of Susanna as a work of art. There's got to be more out there when it comes to where technology was and where it can be now. That and you being the only flamekin that you know of. And as a child, dipping into the void realm, there's other elemental kin out there. You might not be the last one of your kind, and same with Terra. You do know of one in particular that lives in Siren's Bell, and his name is Torrent. Potentially the last Windkin, or Windkin. In Obram, visions of what you saw that one during the last encounter when you fell and being choked, being told you're either going to take life or life is going to take you away, and you have danced with death's door too many times at this point in time. So I want you all to bear in mind that as you dip into this place eventually, and so something like talking points, there are goals of yours that you can discover or try and intrigue. So once again, I leave the platform back up to you, but have those thoughts in your minds as you proceed forward into this new chapter. You see Eli right now tending to a flame. And he gets up and he kind of just pushes his hair, just kind of slicks it back for a little bit and adjusts his duster. And you notice that he's paying attention to the family portrait that he has. Looking down at it as kind of gives it almost a scoff a little bit. Puts it inside his duster. There's a few beds that are into the back area that seem to be completely furnished. There's still dirt and ground beneath your feet and dust. What is it, eh?
Torrent is the last Windkin, the last airbender.
I didn't think of that, but yeah.
Is he
It
bald?
says you're gonna be one of
No,
the
he's not. He's not
spectrum.
bald. He has quite the hair, actually.
Is there like a blue streak in it though?
I should have. That's missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. No, he's.
Disappointed.
I would say that Eddie, you do know that this individual is rumored to have been alive prior to the calamity.
We met him before too, right?
I would say that, yeah, both Felely and... Well, actually, I would say Obram's the only one that
I don't
met
think I
him.
met him.
No,
No? Oh, okay.
yeah. When you're finding out about the
disappearance.
disappearances in Illidan.
Gotcha.
Sorry. But yeah, that was something that you ended up kind of writing down, and you have kind of rudimentary drawings of certain places that you don't even are sure whether or not they still exist, but Hawthorne, you have a little scroll that you kind of keep with you in your bag of these children drawings that might mean something at some point in time to you.
Oban wants to just thinking out loud to himself. He's curious about how much was this Siren's Bell destroyed when they first made contact, and how much has it improved over time?
You have no idea.
I mean, I've never been there, but he's just wondering. He's just thinking about that.
Yeah.
Would Wart know anything about that?
Well, Ward is not here.
I know. I'm just saying, before the journey.
Hard to say.
Okay.
No, when you guys went to these other settlements, it was almost so similar to going from the Underdark up.
Right.
You just knew that there's a place out there and that you were going to make it work.
2 places, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
You guys went to the Feywilds and established a new settlement there, and another group went to the Siren's Bell and settled there.
Gotcha.
Would anyone like to have a conversation with anybody prior to... And it could be with amongst each other. I know it's been a hot minute since we played, so we can dust off. But this is going to be a very heavily role-played session.
I think Hawthorne's gonna light herself something up in her pipe and go to bed.
Okay.
As is tradition.
I'll ask Felely.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't had the chance to ask him yet. But Orban's gonna ask. Orban walks up to Felely. You heard any word about that gray orc?
I have not. I haven't heard of this grey orc in many years.
Been roughly about 5.
About 5 years. But we should seek him out wherever we go. If we hear anything about him,
It's okay.
I would like to find that piece of shit. Yeah.
And I think Obram and Felely kind of have like a establishment like kind of connection. Like you help me, I help you. So Felely knows about the Goliath, and you know that I want to kill that thing badly, just as much as you want to kill the orc. So I feel like maybe we can like help each other out when it comes to that, you know. So
I like it.
yeah.
Eddie, after sitting there, just flipping the coin for a bit, puts it in his pocket, and he stands up and walks over to Obram and kind of turns to him and goes, "Alright, Shroomhead, where were you at the end of that battle? You were sitting there asleep, huh? Dreaming of big women, huh?
Big women.
Big women!
You used to be this strong, take shit from nobody kind of guy, and now you're just a pushover." And he kind of like flicks the top of Obram's, top of Obram's shirt.
Obram kind of like sighs and just kind of like walks over the fire and just like sulks. Just like with like clouds raining down on him kind of thing.
This is what I'm talking about. The old Obram would have socked me in the jaw for that one.
I don't know. I don't know what's happened to me. I've changed. Something interesting. I saw that woman again.
So you do dream of big women.
Can I roll for hotness?
Lasco Felely does
How
not
hot
blame
was she?
Can I roll for all this?
Oh, that was a critical. So
We
smoking.
said Chris.
Yeah, you just
Sweeney,
missed it,
dude.
Craig.
No, I'm kidding. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I need to. I'm gonna protect the people I care about. That, and Obram kind of realized that as he fell in that last battle. I had one talk with that one elven woman or spirit. He kind of realized that he needs to. Sometimes you have to get your hands dirty to protect the people that you care about. So he's really taking that to heart. And he's gonna.
You could tell Eddie this.
I'm gonna try to
Doesn't have to be an inner
be
monologue.
better next time. Yeah.
Be better, because if you keep the hard work up to me and Felely, it's...
Well, I can't use my weapon. I had to use that freaking spear.
Well, that's what you get for tossing your beautiful piece of forged iron to the side.
Well, I have this now, and Orban pulls out his crystal dagger and flicks it up in the air and catches it.
Oh, great.
You got a piece of glass.
He's got a piece of
Hey,
glass.
it's nice though.
With the mention of glass, Hawthorne
all-
sits up and
It's red. It's very sexy.
Hey Eddie, melt that thing.
It's like an amber red, okay?
No,
Make it
well,
into a
so
vase.
when I want to look myself in the reflection of your knife, I'll just ask for it.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say that at this point in time, Zephyr kind of ducks underneath and sees the rest of you. And I don't know about the rest of you, but as soon as we get over, man, we need to go to the Mermaid's Kiss, have a few drinks, and get to know one another a little bit better. You all down for that?
Let's go feel like we could use a drink.
Hey, if you're paying.
Use several. It's on me.
Sold.
But I will say that there's a game that we're gonna play to get to know each other a little bit, if you're fine with it.
Let's go feel wins every game.
This game is one you could only win.
Of course, I'm Let's go feel.
Like, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Get rest tonight and we'll head on out shortly. Once we wake. And he ducks back in, and you notice that he has a flask on his side and takes a swig of whatever that is and closes the door behind him. Outside. So, will you all be retiring tonight, or is there anything that you'd like to do before you reside?
Can we work on...
You've already healed up. That is
All right,
your
then
choice for that.
Sleepy time. For me, at least.
Sleepy time indeed.
All right.
We're currently traveling, right?
You're currently traveling. You're about half a day's travel to Siren's Bell.
What's the courier shit again?
So courier, basically during the travel, you'll end up having a +2 to whatever you roll. Yeah. There's just Felely now.
I guess I can switch once we get to Siren's
You
Bell.
could technically switch at that point in time. But it's entirely up to you. I mean, you guys can pivot and do things of that nature when you get
I
there.
was going to say, because I'm currently Delver? Can I swap over to specifically Scholar?
Oh, can I be a Slayer?
I would not allow that.
Racism. Just kidding.
Mushrooms.
Yeah, he doesn't like fungals.
Can I swap over to Italian Stallion?
You already are!
Born and
raised. You're born and raised that way. Okay, so I want everyone to go ahead and roll your hope and fear die. Not 2 foot.
Okay.
Damn it. This thing. Yes.
Yeah, we gotta get some new dice tray. These things are old.
Yours is fine. How is yours fine and mine's not?
Because I keep things pristine.
What are you talking about? This is literally just in my bag. And
Alright, Felely, what you get?
15 with hope.
oh,
15
dude.
with hope. Okay.
Yeah.
11 with hope.
11 with hope. Go ahead and take the hope, you two.
Yeah.
14 with fear.
14 with fear.
I got a crit.
Crit, right on. Get the hope, reduce the stress if you have it.
Your Honor, he's cheating.
Your Honor.
Maybe because
wait,
I
dice.
got peppered from his character.
Alright, so with that being said,
Hey, bud.
the night goes without a hitch. However, Eddie, do the roll with fear. And I forgot my little hope and fear thing. Eddie with...
He's a Satanist.
He's drawing some weird
He's
shit,
drawing a
man.
pentagram. I'm reporting it to the authorities.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a penis.
Never mind. My apologies.
What's a penis?
Nothing.
It's gone, don't worry.
Your wiener?
My wiener.
I like how already off of this singular session, I've already begun to build a web of interconnections.
Yeah, right?
You know, I can write forever. I am not doing that shit.
What?
Do you do this as a DM?
Yeah.
What are you using? How much you pay?
Obsidian. $3 a month for unlimited.
We use it for schooling too.
I also use it for school, yeah.
Obsidian.
Sorry.
I'll have to do it specifically for this.
And you don't even have to.
Skeletons.
You just use it
Yeah,
for
we're still
school.
recording.
We are still
Yeah,
recording.
The only thing you pay for is to be able to move vaults
1, 2, 3, 4.
wirelessly.
Yeah, but I have a server for that.
Yeah, so you don't.
Feely. Not Feely. I apologize. Eddie. I'm going to go ahead
Do I
and...
look like a frog?
Hey.
You will shortly.
So she dunk you in the ocean, yeah.
Let me go ahead and spend a fear. Eddie, with that, roll with fear.
If I have to mark any amount of stress, I am dead.
Please don't tell me you didn't heal your stress.
No, I did.
Okay.
If I have to mark any amount of stress, I'm going to hop this table.
You end up having a nightmare in the middle of the night. In this nightmare, you reflect back for that moment where you courageously bursted and revived yourself after having a memory with Colt. I will say, you awake. Well, in your dream, you are laying in bed. You're home in the Feywilds. You're the Fey settlement. You begin to walk around your day without any flame. You feel the weight of every step, just as you had with how heavy your arm was when it came to resisting the Crawling King's essence before you pulled the trigger on your own forehead. But throughout your day, it's as if you weighed 200 more pounds. And you continued and walked through your old settlement, the Fae, trying to talk with people beginning to throw things at you, and you just not being able to physically react the way that you wanted to. Like, it's almost as if it was a delayed reaction. You got hit with some vegetable of some sort, and you slowly kind of go to try and speak or talk, but it's your jaw is too heavy to unhinge itself. You get to a point where there's utter frustration in this dream, where everyone's moving so much faster than you. And it's as if you begin to slow and stop in time. In this dream, in the crevices of the meteorite that you are created from, you begin seeing as if time speeds up dramatically, and vines and branches or trees and bushes begin to kind of grow all around you to the point where you become a living statue, viewing throughout what looks like thousands of years of population living and dying, and you are just stuck there watching in completely petrified. But at the end of this dream, eventually the Fey Woods wipe completely clean, and you can see what looks like hundreds of miles away a giant golden tree with golden leaves that begins to shine just slightly. And right before you wake up, you feel the flame of your chest reignite, and you're able to move again. And that is your dream. So in the morning, you all gather your things. Felely, you will be leading the tip of the spear.
Tip of the spear.
As you begin to make your way to Siren's Bell, which you've been told was about a half a day's journey. Now, I need everyone to roll their hope and fear dice. And basically, you'll be adding to Felely's roll. And you have a +2 because of your curry.
Sorry, just put the most important note down. Sir Vasco Felely is always the tip of the spear.
Always. It's a very important note.
13 with hope.
13 with hope. Okay, we'll have 13. Now let's see if we can make it.
19 with fear.
19, and the fear and hope don't matter for you guys. Sorry, I should have made that, but that's a success.
Cool.
Eddie?
19.
17.
Success.
Damn.
So you have 13, 14, 15, 16
Ja.
with hope.
Ja.
So take the hope.
Ja.
That being said, as you gather yourselves and you see that everyone kind of mounts up, Hawthorne, you're right behind Tara. Eddie, right with Felely and Zephyr, and then of course Obram with Eli. You ended up making swift travels, and in fact, you ended up making it sooner than expected. I'm going to go ahead and change.
Tip of the spear.
Tip of the spear.
The fastest spear.
Go ahead and have fear. Your day's ruined. A sandworm comes up, slaps you in the face.
Let's go feel it like getting
See a
slapped.
small.
Over mice get choked.
Kinda hope. Yeah.
All right. So that being said, you all approach. As you're sliding across the crystal desert and Felely leading the charge, you approach and beginning to smell something you've never smelled before. A salt in the air. You begin here smelling brine. And before long, in the distance, you see a large town surrounded by wooden planks wrapping itself around and large wooden doors kind of protecting the area. You hear off into the distance the sound of a bell. Ga-ding, ding, ga-ding, ding. And past this town, you see a large, dark, almost black like surface. This thing that, as Zephyr speaks up, the sea in the darkness of the night. You notice that the town is dimly lit with fire, kind of aligning around. And as you make entrance over, the grand doors that allow you to enter the place open up for you as if expecting you. Inside you slide on in and immediately hit from this crystal desert sand to almost immediately cobblestone and grass and this fine powder that seems to be littered everywhere. The powder itself is gray. Not too far off from the crystal sands itself, but when you touch it, it does not cut you. It kind of just, like a lost lover's kiss, just go right in between your fingertips as you park. There greeting you is a tall fawn, which I would say that Obram and actually all of you except Felely would know who this is, being the leader of the couriers in Rothnir. As Tyr, he has brown curly hair with these two horns that kind of go very almost sheep-like out of the side of his head, and wearing kind of pinks and purples as like a long kind of cloak that wraps around him. He immediately approaches smiling and greets Obram as well as Hawthorne.
He knows what I look like now?
No, but he's just happy to see everybody. Greets Obram, Hawthorne, and then immediately goes to Felely and Eddie. Welcome, everyone, as he speaks up. I'm glad you made it. Did you get the first item? The first key that I requested?
Who has the key?
I was going to say, who has the key? Who wants to pull it
It's not
out?
my inventory.
I think it was in Obram's.
Is it in mine?
Because you had taken it. Both you and Felely lifted it up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you were you looked at me.
And he looks, he's like, I don't remember a fungal in the group.
It's good old friend, Obro.
Hopram. And he looks at you in shock and worry. What became of you?
It's a long story.
One I'd be needing to hear.
I'll tell you about it later.
Aye. Well, I'd like to be the first to welcome you all to the settlement of Siren's Bell. And he kind of pivots to the left and opens his arms, and you see a very bustling town. You see people predominantly. You see a lot of waterkin that are here. Not one, but many that are here, walking around, talking and conversating. You see humans walking around, and goblins seem to be the predominant structure in this area. You see towards the center of town as he leads you on in, per Hawthorne's memory, a giant bell that almost is like a giant lake in the middle of this town. You see that the town itself is made rudimentary of kind of adobe-style homes made of mud and clay. But you see on top of these homes giant shields with some sort of crest that seem to line them. You see the town itself being very populated as you lead into and kind of out towards the docks. You see ships and things of that nature that have just been arriving in, and the sound of the first non-hellish life form that you've been able to encounter, seagulls kind of cawing off into the distance. In the Fey Woods, there were bears, there were all kinds of things, all kinds of creatures, but they seem to have been twisted in some way, shape, or form by the Crawling King's essence. Some funguses like growing out of their necks, or just part of their face is missing, but for the first time you see something that just doesn't seem to have been affected in any way, shape, or form by the Crawling King's essence. It's almost a marvel to see something such as this. Well, you see fishermen coming across, and you notice that the marketplace as he leads you around the corner is very lively. There seems to be trade and things of that nature happening, and Tyr turns to you and says, now as we're establishing whatever this is, here, and he hands you 6 handfuls of gold. This is used to trade here, and it's used pretty predominantly. If there's supplies that you need, this is what you'll need to use to get them. We don't have much, but food, thankfully, is a resource that we have plenty of. Gifts from the sea. And you hear the sailors kind of cheer out as they have a giant haul that is being brought in. For, I don't want to say the first time, because you all have felt hope. But there's a weird sense of normality and I don't know, like there's a light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. As many of you have lived underground for a long time, resources were a scarcity, to say the least. But you all gather yourselves and migrate over, and Tyr simply tells you all, I want you all to get situated. Please find an inn. There's plenty. And Zephyr kind of speaks up. Now we're gonna go ahead and go to the Mermaid's guest, yes. I think we all need a drink at this point in time. And Tyr kind of gives just a nod. And later tonight, come find me. and we'll be able to talk a little bit deeper about what's next. But for now, rest. So you all end up making your way right on the dock itself, around the corner. There is the Mermaid's Kiss. And you see some sailor types, a random orc here or there, or a water genasi or waterkin, kind of bumping right into you and kind of giving a grunt, but noticing new faces and smiling at you. And you notice that this waterkin is almost shark-like in appearance, and you see the smile that is meant to be friendly is almost slightly frightening, as they're just lined with many teeth.
Hawthorne bumps Eddie. That's what I'll do to you. Just for you.
And Eddie, you notice that there's just such a variety of waterkin everywhere. Like, some seem almost like more fish-like. Some seem kind of like larger builds, like with just gills here and there, or even elf-like in appearance. But distinguishingly internally, you notice that each of them that are here are of waterkin nature. There's something about them that just kind of, for you, doesn't repel you, but recognizes what they are as you pass on by and come into this saloon that is open bar that kind of opens out to the ocean itself. And there you just see a kind of commotion just everywhere, and just the slight sound of the calm ocean waves in the background. Yes, Pete?
Waterkin. Is this like... I'm trying to look it up. I couldn't find nothing. Is this like Davy Jones' ship? Kind of...
Not
deal?
particularly. They're think of them as like water genasi, which is almost like a water genie.
Okay.
In layman's terms, they're water elementals in
Okay.
a humanoid form.
So it's like a blob of water?
No, like they have different characteristics. Some of them more fish-like, some of them more human or elf-like, but there's always an essence of water about them.
Gotcha.
If you put out my flame, I'm not just completely fire. There is a body underneath me.
Oh, okay.
But I'm constantly aflame.
On fire. I see.
Yeah,
Okay, so it's still humanoid, but they have some sort of like gill or scales or some shit.
correct.
I
Yes.
see. Okay.
So as you approach this area, it seems like there's kind of a commotion kind of happening. However, you're greeted with, and I would say Obram, you do recognize who this individual is, one Winganasi, Torrent, whom you know. You see a gentleman kind of in almost sailor garb, and with kind of like this very combed off to the side green hair with green eyes. He almost looks elvish in appearance, but as you approach, you notice that him flipping over a bottle and then taking out, as it begins to pour on its own into a martini glass that he spins and rolls around. And you begin to see as he lays out a Thunderstorm cocktail to one of the patrons as little thunder and rain begin to rain in this glass. And he looks over at the lot of you and he says, "Well, new faces. Good to see each and every one of you. Let me guess. You're the ones that Tyr enlisted. Is that correct? I was told about your appearance. You've traveled very far. What can I get you? Anything the dine can think of.
Felely will take the finest wine.
The finest wine. Well, I do have a very old bottle of Cat's Cabernet.
Give me the whole
I'll
bottle.
give you.
Felely drinks the whole bottle.
Felely always finishes the
You know, since you have won, I know the admission that you're on, I'll go ahead and give this to you.
It's on the cat's tab anyway.
And you see Zephyr kind of slowly like line on up and sit at one of the bar stools. It's on my tab, Torrent. But I'll take the free drink, of course. And he gives a nod. So, what else can I get recently? You all have traveled far and wide to at least get here. I have one free drink for the lot of you. I'd give you a free bottle if you'd like. Apparently. You can see he's kind of cheeky in his nature and how he carries himself. His hair kind of slicked back, but there's a little bit of a curl because of the seawater. Just in general, the humidity seems to kind of give the last bit of fringes of his hair a little bit of a curl. But he has sharp features, and once again, these green eyes that seem to meet each and every one of you. What can I get the lady?
I suppose a small glass of whatever.
Small glass? Would you like an actual mixed drink, you poor thing?
No, just whatever your strongest is.
The strongest I have is a shot called Dragon's Fire. I would love to give you. I do admit you might want to just start with a shot before I start pouring the bottle.
Fine by me.
He pours out this old bottle and he takes it off from the shelf, and you see immediately a dragonkin's face kind of just guzzling this drink. And then on the backside, as he flips it around, it shows him firing out just a rudimentary like flame coming out of his mouth, and he pops it open and hands it over to you. Now, I do recommend, of course, that you take it at your own pace, but be careful when taking more than one.
I see.
Talking about a flame, I don't see your kind very often.
Neither do I see yours.
As far as I know, it might be the last.
Same here.
What can I get you?
I'll have
And
the
what
same.
is... I'm so sorry, what... Rudimentary, my name's Torrent. What are each of your names?
Vasco Felely. Sir Vasco Felely to you.
Sir! Oh, pardon me. Pardon me.
Hawthorne, she'll give a little curtsy.
Hawthorne. And then, I apologize for interrupting you.
Well, if we're gonna be as all tight ass as Felely over here,
That's
you
Sir
can call
Vasco.
me Sir Eddie Dean,
Sir
Lord of Colt.
Lord of Colt. It's good to see a lord here. What can I get you, Lord?
Can I get a big boy glass of the same drink you gave to old Hothy over here?
Ooh, a big boy glass. Go ahead and give me a presence roll.
This is awesome. I have a I guess I'm not trying to intimidate, but this would be a course. Can my guns do the talking?
You can maybe give a performance.
Like Doc Holliday spitting his guns around?
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna let the guns do the talking, and I'm gonna do a performance like Doc Holliday.
All right. I'll allow you to add with advantage, so roll your d6 on top of that.
Oh, I don't have to.
Oh, okay.
That's let the guns do the talking as one.
Oh, you have an
one of my
ability. I'm
skills.
sorry, I apologize.
So it lets me use my finesse instead of my presence.
All
So instead of what would have been 12, I have a 14 with hope.
14 with O. He looks over at you and... All right, big shots. Let's go ahead and see what you can do. And he holds out a goblet. Oh, yay, big. You hear him. And slides it on over. Now, wait on that. I want to see this. And you get from you.
I'll take that thunder drink. And he points over to the patron that he handed the drink to.
Thunder drink.
The Mermaid Lightning one.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
called.
absolutely. Ah, of course. My signature dish, a torrential storm. And he begins to create inside a martini glass. This kind of blue liquid begins to pour on out, and you notice that he begins to kind of wave his hand a little bit, and you notice that it's almost as if a wave begins kind of crashing across, and he quickly formulates in a torrent. A tsunami begins to kind of wave up, and you see a cloud formulate on top, and little thunder strikes and rain begins to drop down, and he slides it over to you.
Do you have a straw?
Of course.
Thank you.
And he puts up a little an umbrella.
Everyone gives him the thumbs up.
And Zephyr speaks up. He's like, "Give me the hardest thing you have besides the dragon spit." And Torrent is the usual. And he's like, You just see a black jug just kind of slide over.
Straight up tar. Just tar.
Just tar. And you notice that on the outside there is just the image of a kraken kind of wrapping itself around the actual bottle itself.
What's wrong?
Captain Morgan.
The Kraken rum.
Yeah.
Now, patrons. First drink obviously is on the house, but then I guess Zephyr will be taking care of you from this night on. That being said, if you need anything, please let me know. And he begins to give a swift bow and begins to address some of the others. Zephyr immediately
Hold on.
grabbing.
Cheers!
Yep. Grabbing a hold of his drink and throws it to you lot and slashes across to many more adventures at this point in time. Now I have a lovely game I want us to play. That being said, the two that had the Dragon's Fire,
Oh, God.
I need you both to go ahead and roll a... You know what? It's actually going to be a strength roll.
Damn.
Oh, all right. Well, suppose that's my strength.
Oh, you know what?
And are you shooting it or are you sipping it?
Straight down the gullet and a crit.
And a crit. Hawthorne takes it like a champion.
Wow.
Throws it back.
Oh, man. My dyslexic ass thought I had a crit.
Was it a 6 and a 9?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I thought that was a 6 and a 5 earlier.
So, what'd you get? Total? Brain, not math. A 14. 15?
14 with fear.
14 with fear. Okay. Take the fear. You throw it back. With the sheer amount that's there, it is burning something horrible inside of you. However, you don't throw up. But I will say,
He bursts.
it really, you're not feeling too hot at this point in time.
Do I, like, Bender Futurama burp up a massive fireball?
I would love to see it.
Eddie, as he grabs the goblet, feeling super confident, lights the dragon spit with his pinky, and then he just downs the whole thing. And afterwards, he like sits there and he holds his stomach for a bit. And he's like, oh. And then in a large burp, browns the countertop in front of him.
Lights out this large burp.
Could I get a little bit on my mushroom head?
Kind of
That's something.
damper it out.
Over Blake tries to put out his...
And Hawthorne kind of sits up after throwing hers back and goes, "You introduced me to this. How can I handle it better?"
Handle it better?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize he gave me some type of lighter fluid.
I had the same thing.
This shit's mostly alcohol. Yeah, but are you constantly on fire? I don't think so.
Hawthorne holds up her glass. Bish bosh.
Now, Zephyr kind of speaks up. Now, we're going to play a game. Now, everyone go ahead, and he lays out in front of you a D20.
Like an actual dice?
An actual dice.
Big
This will be a d20.
It's been a minute.
Now we're gonna play a game called What the Fuck Is That About? What this game entails is that whoever rolls the highest gets to ask the person that rolls the lowest a question. Now, that being said, you can only be asked one question. So once you're done, you're out, technically. But you have to be honest about this question. So, let's all roll this little cube of ours. You get to ask each other a little bit of a question to find out. Now, when you ask the question, at the end, you ask, now what the fuck is that about? So if I'd be like, Oberon, what the fuck is up with that whole fungrel thing? What the fuck is that about? As an example. So, everyone go ahead and take your dice, and let's roll. Alright, I'll go first. I got an 11.
7.
A 2.
20.
Damn.
10.
10. So, Eddie, you get to ask Hawthorne a question. You have to answer truthfully. And he slugs back like another gulp of whatever this black substance is.
Black tar.
Now, when I was a kid, growing up and shooting the bullets with good old Roland, you weren't such a tight ass all the time. What the fuck is that about?
Hawthorne. Hawthorne looks at Eddie and kind of stares and goes, well, you know, you're still just this little child in my eyes. At the end of the day, I'm your mother. And I might be a tight ass, but you're not dead because of it.
You know, you make a fair point. But I wouldn't say I'm very little. All the ladies say otherwise.
And I hate to break it to you, darling. They always die.
Puts his arms across and looks away.
You want me to cut that?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the piss here.
Does it help?
Literally. Yeah, if you want to hold it.
One hand or two hands?
Only one finger.
Yeah, it's gonna be a one-hander right now, but
Pinch the
as it
foreskin.
goes, you might need to two-hand it.
Oh, okay.
Rower, not a shower.
Yeah.
Alright, that being said, a little bit of a tight ass. Let's go ahead and roll again. Now, Hawthorne cannot be... I guess, if you end up winning, you can still ask the same person the same thing. If you... Or, same person. You want to.
60.
Fucking me.
Oh, dude.
Alright, I got 16.
5.
10. Again.
7.
See?
Two
Zah.
of you.
Which is
Between the two, I guess.
Oh,
I don't know. I'll
shit.
play.
Yeah. Thank you.
Alright, then in that case,
We changed it.
I could either... I guess, you know what? Who got the second lowest?
Oh.
Felely?
Technically,
Eddie?
Eddie did not roll.
That would be a 3.
3. Well, he went to go use the pisser. Probably throwing up. Oh. Felely.
Si, senor.
You know, a long time ago we talked about getting rid of this orc that you saw.
Hold we gone before.
You sure?
What's this? What the fuck is that about?
Do you want to eat it up?
This orc, he killed my brother, kidnapped my father. It was a messy situation that I didn't succeed in, and I want to avenge my father.
And as a heads up, if anyone has follow-up questions, the person that answered, you can always ask a little bit more if you want to, if you're feeling up to it. So your brother, he died by this thing.
He was taken prisoner, and they gutted him like a rat. No honor in the fight, no honor in the death. I seek to avenge him.
Makes sense. You think it's roaming around topside, or is it down below?
I still am searching far and wide. I have no idea.
Well, it's fine. I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay. I will kill him if that's the last thing I do, though. That I promise.
I'm glad to hear. Alright, let's roll again. Ooh.
16.
Got a 5.
18. 14.
13.
16.
5.
Let's hear it.
Alright.
You see Torrent kind of comes on out and gives you this kind of meat pastry that you all are able to kind of begin to snack on. It is folded in over itself. Mixture of seems like, shrimp, like a kind of a white gravy that's on the inside, and cheese. It's really delectable.
Senor Sever, if I'm not mistaken, you are one of the first slayers.
Aye.
The biggest creature you killed. How the fuck did you do it? What the fuck was that about?
Biggest creature I killed. Man, I would love to hear each one of you actually on this. Biggest thing that I killed. Man, it felt like something that was ancient. When I was a young boy, down in the Underdark, I ended up going on a hunt with my master. There's this creature that was imbued with, he said something about mana, and it was this giant creature that was on all 4 legs and had this protruding jaw that extended out, and it had 3 horns kind of on the tips of its head. It felt like something, I don't know, unnatural by any means. It had feathers, and it charged on me with these 3 horns and this broken jaw. I think that was the first time I ever pissed myself as it charged at me. Me and my master were able to handle it, but it terrified me. And maybe it's... you see as he throws back another drink. Maybe it's something that, being so small, it looked bigger than it was, but God, I would even hate to see something like that again. I'm curious. Let's go around the room. What's the biggest thing that you fucked? Not in that way. Killed. You see he's a little tipsy. Or both.
Oscar really fucked one of those dragon ladies once.
Oh.
Tight.
Well, I guess she is big in comparison to you.
Makes me worried because it was tight. She was so big.
Felely's a large man in certain ways.
Undoubtedly.
Let's add that to the notes.
Sexual exploits. Jesus, let's go there. Hawthorne, Eddie, have you... Yeah, we're going there, apparently.
I think Hawthorne would bring up the Wendigo from the finale of the first arc.
Not the dragon?
Not the dragon. Was it the dragon? Which was
Dragon
bigger? The dragon
was
or
big.
Season 1?
season 1?
I mean, technically, in terms of scale, I'd say, yeah, maybe the dragon. Yeah, it was a wyvern.
Yeah, or a wyvern, yeah. Yeah.
Is it you have to kill him?
Something you killed.
I did kill her too.
Oh God.
What are you, Black Widow?
Felely was very drunk.
Superman.
How did that happen? You just like...
The blast was too much.
You finished and you're like...
When Felely finished, his tongue ejected from his mouth as like a reflex, and it did enough damage to.
I've seen that thing kill a demigod, so... yeah.
It was unintentional.
It's like
Jesus.
Superman.
So the dragon...
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
I think that I remember reading the report about that.
Eat the dice.
Yeah.
You're allowed to roam free?
Coming out of its mouth.
And you're allowed to roam free?
You could roam free. Well, I would say after this section.
No, he was saying.
Oh,
after
Siegfried?
killing- No.
No.
After
To
killing the
murder.
dragon.
Oh, after that. I mean, this is the first time I heard about it.
Felely comes from a wealthy family. Under the rug.
Beneath the table.
How was that experience facing off against the dragon?
It was dangerous, but I had good friends around me. She looks over at Oberon and it didn't make all through, but
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah, I honestly thought we were gonna lose that fight.
the master was a good man, Eddie. He did good by us. He almost didn't make it.
Does anyone want any more pizza?
I hear the old man was rust free after that. I didn't get to see that, and I'm kind of jealous.
It hurt the eyes. It's a little too bright.
Had me on fucking delve that whole time. I could have been saving the world.
Perhaps you'll get your chance now.
What about you, Eddie? What's the biggest thing you killed?
You were there. Unless you don't
When you were a
count
kid?
spirits.
Come on, there's gotta be something else you killed.
Well, suppose there was that particularly large hellhound, but while big, he didn't really put up much of a fight, I'm gonna be honest with you. In comparison to some of the things it has. But everything around me since then has just been boring. Except for that guy in that temple. Tell you what, that was something.
The demigod thing?
No, the other one, the blind creature.
The one that we got the key from.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, the one that almost team killed us.
Yeah. Was it like a demon or an angel or a fallen angel?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that bastard. That bastard.
Oh, big wingspan, I guess.
Fair enough. Yeah, I keep reminding myself how green you can be sometimes. We'll get you there. We'll have more kills under your belt.
I look forward to it.
Good. You, Obram.
I was assigned to help Ilya and Wart. And we ran across this giant ogre with 4 arms. And it was massive. It was basically trying to cave us in. And we were trying to escape, but we couldn't because he blocked off the entrance. We had to kill him. We took out two of the delvers. It was like a giant like cyclops with a whole bunch of like pus and mushrooms coming out of it.
That sounds fucked up.
Yeah, it was so tall it almost touched the ceiling.
That sounds dangerous. No, we all lived. Another round for everyone. You see Torrent kind of went on by, and he brings out, and he just kind of at this point in time lays out a not something too akin from what Zephyr is actually drinking, but a kind of like a dark vial of a long bottle that has what looks like wine on the inside. Actually, it's exactly what you're drinking, Felely. So he pours out this Cabernet for everyone to kind of begin to sip on.
Oh, thank God. And Eddie kind of like hugs it down and goes, I had to get that other shit off of my mouth.
Yeah, it looked like a horrible.
Yeah, when you called it spit, I didn't actually realize it was going to taste like it, too.
It burns quite a bit. Torrent gives a little bit of a wink and proceeds over to the other patrons.
Fucking windy cunt. So do I.
We now have only 1 or 2 people left that haven't answered a question. Let's roll. Let's get to know someone. Alright. I got 3. 3.
15.
I got a 9.
Hawthorne, you can ask. Well, either or. And soon after this, I think maybe we do a little exploring on our own.
80. Darling.
Where's your restroom show?
Yeah.
Yes, Hawthorne.
Yes, Hawthorne.
Do you want any pizza? Does anyone want any more pizza?
I might have to grab a slice.
I can take another one if you don't mind.
Alright,
Just
Sean, you want one?
No, I'm good.
Miguel, do you want a slice?
Stomach. This might have been too much for me.
But Eddie, darling. As the bag picks up in tempo.
You see like a little halfling into the side, like with bagpipes, just all of a sudden beginning to play.
What's the dear, not for man, but
Ooh, this is actually what I was looking for.
what's your fondest memory of Colt?
No, Todd. My fondest memory of Roland was when he took me out shooting for the first time. He put Susanna in my hands and had me just fire. He didn't even say anything. Didn't warn me about any kickback. Just told me to do it. And when I pulled that trigger and Susanna damn near jumped out of my hands, he laughed. That was probably one of the few times I've ever witnessed him smile. If you can call it smile.
Yeah, the old bastard. The old tin had a way of smiling, didn't he?
That he did.
Rest in peace, old friend.
There was always something under that tin face, huh?
I guess you could say that.
Is that a fucking tube TV?
It is a tube TV.
I have not noticed that thing the last time I came in. That's awesome.
Yeah, Ben has quite the collection.
The fuck is up with that?
You talking about?
The
The tube TV.
Yeah, dude. I don't fuck around.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, when I was a kid, I had like a fucking 65-inch tube TV
Yeah.
that my great grandfather gave to us. That shit, you had to like get a fucking you had to get a dolly to move around,
Yeah.
and you had to have like a spotter too.
It's kind of planted wherever you put it. With that, as the kind of ocean waves, you notice that the tavern itself seems to be kind of beginning to flood in. So as you guys are all in this kind of bar area, you do notice some like orcs kind of mingling in, some really sea-traveled individuals, bandanas, like a stereotypical pirate look, as they all begin to kind of flutter on in. You see Torrent basically just cleaning up glasses, and you see a barmaid that begins to kind of walk in, and it looks like it's on her shift at this point in time. And you see this kind of insect-like fairy woman that is there. So you see her wings kind of begin to flutter around, but she's about human size. An exoskeleton, but still very gorgeous by any means. And you notice that her hair is kind of put up into a bun as she begins to kind of be taking orders kind of up and around. You notice above some rowdiness begins to happen. Some mild arguments here and there, like fists kind of punching left and right, and there's beginning an overall of a cheer as what feels like the afternoon begins to kind of take way. Once again, there's no light except for the torches that kind of align this bar area, and this, as you gaze out, you notice just the sea itself just kind of very calmly, pleasantly beginning to create just this nice atmosphere. You notice that I'm going to use the word tiefling because I can't remember, infernus, and a bard beginning to kind of pick up. There's a center stage into the back of the actual bar itself, and you notice this female infernus with a short pixie cut, kind of purple skin, beginning to strum and beginning to sing. You notice that the patrons of the bar, as what feels like nighttime at this point in time, as the relic in the center of the town that floats above this giant bell-like lake begins to kind of dim almost slightly. You notice that the reddish-orange flames kind of actually oddly magically go from this this kind of reddish-orange and fade to a blue, a more natural light. It's as if, similar to in the Fey woods that you all are from, a lot of the plant life would glow, and then as night appeared, they begin to kind of almost, the flowers emit a dimmer light. So the flames of all these torches begin to glow a light blue as what's assumed as nighttime begins to arrive. Zephyr kind of gets up, and you notice that he's been kind of talking amongst like all different people around this area, and he gets up and kind of wiggles just slightly. Well, I don't know about the rest of you. I'm gonna go get fucked. You guys have fun tonight.
You say, what did Zephyr do?
Get up and I'm going to fuck. Cheers.
I'm like,
And he wanders into the actual tavern itself, and you can see that he seems to be talking amongst plenty of ancestry, races, and things of that nature, and beginning to socialize.
I've never seen him this social before.
The lot of you have the night to yourself. I will say that you do know that you have the residence. You have an inn, actually bedrooms kind of picked out for you at the Mermaid's Kiss. But in this night hour, You're able to do what you want. What would you like to do as this new sandbox-like play style is now open to you? What would you like to do? You all have a moment.
It was perfect timing.
I think Daddy Zephyr is on the right track here. I fly down the barmaid.
Oh, fly down the bar. So you see the barmaid kind of come on over, and she's wearing kind of very similar, like a very loose kind of linen shirt that is draped over to one side. She has this kind of longer hair and these large insect-like eyes, but affixated to you, and she goes, what can I get for you, honey?
I was wondering if I can get more wine and if I can get a name to put on you.
A name on me, huh? And you can see that she blushes a little bit. No, my name's Filith. Vilith. I can get you, yes, another drink. She brings on over another drink. It'll just be 1 gold. Be so kind. At this point in time, Zephyr's somewhere. What brings you into town, lad?
Would you mark a handful? I'm sorry, my OneNote is bugging out, so I can't use my pen anymore. Oh wait, I'm so fucking dumb. There's a mouse. You said F-I-L-I.
You guys can hand your plates afterwards.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Thank you.
So I heard you a part of an excavation group. Word gets around town, quick.
Word travels fast in a small town, I suppose. Well, we were on a bit of an excavation. A lot of action. Action. I'm trying to think.
Roland says.
Hawthorne is beginning to walk out of the bar after seeing this scene.
A lot of action, a lot of movement. But I tell you what, I was pretty hot in there. You should have seen it. Have you ever seen anyone as hot as me?
No, I've never seen a flankin.
Yeah.
That's kind of the DM rule, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Hey, you weren't there when I had friggin' Athena flirting with me, so.
Okay.
Or failing to flirt with me.
Yeah.
Because of bad rolls.
That's funny.
As they're talking, can I just ask her if, excuse me, is the armory or blacksmith open at this?
Not at this hour, dear. No. The only thing that's open is yours truly, the Mermaid's Kiss. Can I get you something? Do you like something else as well?
Oh, no, it's okay, thanks.
So there's some flirting happening here. What are the rest of you doing?
I'll go walk around and ask people if they've seen a pale orc with an axe for a hand.
I was gonna ask about the Goliath thing too.
Goliath? Yeah. Hawthorne?
She's going to be looking for the leader of the scholars.
Ah,
The settlement.
fair
You
enough.
know, that was an interesting opportunity for you. I'm glad you didn't take it.
Wait, what do you mean?
When I asked if there was anyone as hot as me, you could have said, yeah, I've seen somebody like that. And it would have turned into a completely different scenario.
It could have, yes. So that being said, the three of you are trying to find something at some point in time. I want you to go, all three roll an investigation roll. And as you kind of get up and decide, you take your drinks along with you, you notice that people that are wandering the streets themselves, open carry, everyone is actually just drinking and wandering around town at this point in time. It doesn't seem to be just at this bar. Go ahead and roll.
What type of roll?
Oh, nice.
So you'd be your hope and fear, and it's going to be I'm going to say an instinct roll. You're going to follow your instincts and see if you can find it.
I got lucky.
Critical success.
Yeah.
Nice. 15 hope.
15 hope?
10 with hope.
10 with hope? Okay. I would say that three of you kind of get up and begin to kind of ask around the actual tavern. Of course, it's the central of information, trade, and things of that nature. Ogre, you end up talking to this old sailor type. He is an orc, kind of grizzled, definitely missing one eye, has an eye patch, bandana over his head, and mentions that, no, I haven't seen anybody of that nature around here. Honestly, I haven't seen much fungal type near the ocean. Probably need to be more in the woods. You see him just spit out this loogie that almost seems like when it hits, as if it moves on its own and just kind of disappears. Felely, you end up with that role. I would say that you end up talking to this older woman that is human, middle-aged, graying hair, and so she slams down a drink. Oh, I've seen something like that. He was wandering around with what looked like some kind of circus animal up north. Someplace near the East Caves. Be careful around there, though. There's some dangerous creatures. You just look like a normal orc, though. I don't know about no axe.
Thank you. Pours her a little bit of his wine.
Oh, thank you, sir. She kind of drinks it out. And Hawthorne, taking a look around and talking to some of the patrons of this place, you actually end up talking with Torrent. As you sit there with just kind of like your shooter, as he kind of tops you up. Leader of the scholars, eh? Looking?
Yeah. I have some questions and inquiries I'd like.
Let me, I know exactly where he is. And he turns around, and he turns back to you. He's like, you're looking at him, love. What can I get for you? What do you need?
Fuck, okay. So Hawthorne sticks her hand out again and goes, well, it's lovely to meet you. Again, I feel like it's the second time now, but I'm just curious. I've always kind of partaken in delves and going into the abyss, as they are so lovingly calling it. But I think I'm ready to do some more research, settle down a little bit more. But I'm not sure where to start. I figured I'd look to you.
Well, scholars have always been, and he pours out another, the center of knowledge, yes? What better place than a bar? Now, that being said, tomorrow, after I'm off shift, come to my residence. We do have set up right near the cathedral here in town. I've set up a lot of books and things of that nature that I've been able to scavenge. Dipping into the scholarly life, learning is the biggest thing. If you like, we can start learning a little bit more about Siren spell since you're here. I don't know when you're going to be traversing to your next place, depending on tier, but when you get a chance, just come find me.
I will.
In the northwestern portion of town, there's a giant church. One of the churches of Zambog. Next to is my residence, where I've set up home. Meet me there and I'll introduce you to some of the scholarly type.
I'd appreciate that. Yes, thank you. She's gonna flick her a piece of gold.
He grabs a hold of it. Thank you, love. He puts it in his pocket. Meanwhile, you end up seeing, based on how you were feeling from the first drink, you're feeling heavily, something's just not right, and the conversation's going pretty well. So I mean, like, you're hot, right? I mean, is that the only thing you got going for you?
Oh no, I'm a bit of a straight shooter, and he flips out He doesn't flip out Susanna this time. He flips out Colt's Legacy, and he kind of spins it around back and forth, and he goes, "I've got a bit of a,"
You doing?
and he kind of sways a bit. Straight shot.
Straight shot. You sure you wouldn't be... Are you able to hit a target if I point it out?
I sure shit can.
Alright. She said, now everyone... And everyone kind of murmurs and it talks and then they all kind of stop. She's like, we have a sharpshooter today. This young gentleman right here says he could probably shoot pretty much anything that we put out in front of him. Who would like to be a volunteer? What should he shoot? And you hear a guy, I'll shoot Tony. And Tony's like, fuck you! I don't want to be shot today. You hear kind of murmuring, just set up a bottle, see if the young sharpshooter can shoot it. And you see this kind of a larger like water king kind of walk on over, and he puts a bottle. He says, if you miss it, this is a full Siegfried. Come here. Back. Come on. How do you fit? Magic.
Part cat.
Our cat, yeah. If you hit it, I'll give you 2 gold pieces. If you miss it, you owe me a drink, because that's half of a drink. You think you can do it? And you see the lady, all right, he's hot stuff, he can get it. And you see them laid out about 30 yards. Because of your intoxication, if you wish to take this up, you'll be rolling with disadvantage.
I take this up. I expend a hope. Are you rolling my disadvantage or am I?
I'll have Felely do it.
Felely, roll my disadvantage.
Which one is that? This is the 6?
I'm going to use an experience. Well-trained eye. Felely, if you roll high.
I'm gonna get you.
You see Eddie kind of
Shit!
and on how he's pointing, slightly swaying back and forth. 3 minus 3. But your experience, you get to roll against him. What'd you get?
What'd you roll?
3.
Fuck.
Hawthorne is actively rolling her eyes while talking to Torrent about while this happens.
That's a -1 with my experience, so an 8 with hope.
Just goes off into the distance, and I was like, ah! There's laughter kind of going all around, and
Eddie kind of stumbles to the side. He's like, "What the fuck did Torrent give me?"
what you have, dear? To drink. Are you here? You see that?
How many something like Dragon's Kiss?
Oh, that'll be quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
That'll do it. And you hear the bard off into the distance, kind of begin tooting out a tale of the dragon's kiss whipped out and rushed on over the flamekin. Its fire engulfed him, and he could not even stand its heat, and has fallen and tumbled. And there's the cheer and laughter of the people, and you see the Infernus kind of strum her lute, and some gold gets tossed on over to her, but she gives you a playful wink. Obram, you from another individual kind of walks on over to you.
I gotta shoot him.
I was like, I guess it.
Walks on over. You see this kind of like tan skin human, kind of scruffy hair. Looks like he's definitely a little, like he's been out at sea. There's a little bit of dryness to his skin and his lips as he begins talking. I heard that you are looking for a large fungus, smaller fungus. What could you describe it for me?
Massive.
That doesn't tell me much. Some may say the little flamekin's ego is large and massive, but he is tiny. Tell me.
Almost as tall as the ceiling. Massive, wide, big arms, huge brim, fungal hat, mushroom.
Well, I could tell you one thing. I heard whispers of large fungal in the northern hemisphere. I haven't seen them myself, but I hear that there's a wandering troupe of fungresses. They pay, they're like a wandering minstrel group. Doesn't sound like the creature, but there's a large one among them. Don't know how much usefulness this is to you.
I give him some coin.
And he bites a hold of it, and you see when he bites out of his chipped teeth, he's like, that's gold, all right. And he puts it away. Anyway, salutations.
Thank you.
I'm gonna watch this one try and fuck up again. He gets nestled into his seat, and he begins to take like a small bowl and begins to watch. Felely, you're kind of seeing this like ricochet, this bullet kind of go off into the distance and hitting, splashing into the water, and you see Eddie kind of stumble back and forth, and there's kind of laughter, there's cheer. There is a waterkin that throws his arm up around Eddie. And you notice that as the two kind of make contact, the flames kind of just dampen immediately as he wraps his arm around him. And he has these sharp kind of features with a brown goatee and these long, like, almost elf-like ears, but they kind of extend out. And they kind of are tipped with scales. And he kind of talks to him, he's like, you know, when I'm asked to perform from a lady, there's... Sometimes I mess up too. It's alright. He holds on to you, and the two of you are kind of swaying back and forth.
Trying to support each other from falling down.
But you know what? You gave it your all, right? That's what matters.
Like, oh, come on. It's a plan. Check this out. Tell you what. You throw up 3 of those bottles, you get me a drink, some type of fire-resistant potion.
Some kind of fire resistant? I'm just a patron here.
Not you,
Oh.
whoever was laughing at me at first.
Oh, okay. You see the guy's like, 3 bottles, you want 3 of them. You think you couldn't hit 1, you think you can hit 3.
Watch.
Alright, if you do, then I'll give you 6 gold if you can hit all 3. So I'm pretty confident at this point in time that you couldn't hit 1 of them. But he puts up...
Could I give him hope?
I don't know how you would do it. How would you do it?
I would just say, you were holding back, show him what you're made of.
You know it.
Alright, I would say that the first bullet is negated. But you use a hope. I need you to roll with disadvantage for the other 2.
Alright, 1 for each.
1 for each.
I'm really tempted to stand up and show you up.
Yeah, because if we get 6 gold...
If you miss again, I think Hawthorne's going to have to show you up.
Hey, 6 gold? That gets me a bag. Come on.
First bullet.
Oh, fuck!
Is that
Vasco Feely does not
a 6? Vasco Feely does not.
The first bullet is a 6.
Kiss my ass, Feley. That's a crit.
Well, I think the first one
That's 1.
was negated. So, critical. You see, as
damn it.
Eddie described, as your...
As Eddie's swaying, his eyes, or his hand starts to get a lot hotter as he hones in on it, and he fires 2 bullets back to back, shattering the
shatters,
first 2
and
bottles.
you hear all of a sudden, oh, just everywhere. Now, that one counts for the second one.
Wait, so the first bullet was negated.
It was negated because he gave you hope.
Negated how? So I just hit it?
So basically, the negative from Felely and the positive from Obram.
As in he doesn't roll with disadvantage.
Correct.
So that 6 applies.
This 6 applies to this one.
Motherfucker.
Oh.
You have your experience?
I did actually use an experience.
Felely is fucking off.
I guess I can
Let's
push
go
into
female
this.
Steve.
Fuck, that's plus finesse. So that's a 9 and a 9. That's 18 minus 6. That gets me 12 with hope.
12 with hope. Misses. Fuck! Second one. Or third. Last bullet.
3.
Fucking crit.
Crit. Destroying the third one. You hear the girl, whoa! Everybody kind of get all excited. It's like, you didn't hit 3, but mock me impressed. Mock me impressed. You know?
Eddie kind of stumbles a bit as he puts Susanna back in its holster.
You see that the Waterkin that's equally as wasted is just holding on. Like they're just trying to support each other at this point.
Eddie holds out his hand and he starts pointing at it.
He walks on up. Now, I'll give you 2 gold for that. Entertainment for everybody, right? And everyone's like, yeah! They're like, oh. And then you hear once again the bard. He shot once and made it, shot twice and missed it, and shot the 3rd time and made it. Once again, he's 2 out of 3. What does it mean? And you hear somebody from the outside in the back being like, it means he's half performing! And everyone was just kind of like bickering amongst each other and whatnot, but he goes on over. You know what? Hey, here's 2 gold. You have entertainment for the night.
Eddie, getting the 2 gold in his hand, pockets it, and he turns to the barmaid and goes, "Now, how about you and I have a performance later tonight?" As he like starts drifting.
I will allow you to roll with performance with
Disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Just say.
I'm not gonna give you hope for this.
Feely's a disadvantager.
Oh, I might cock block you, dude.
You do.
You wouldn't dare!
4.
4.
11 with hope.
Oh! She giggles and she says, gives you a quick wink. I'm not one to sleep around with the first night.
Proper lady.
Eddie, drifting over, looks for Obram desperately. Kind of like runs up to him and throws his arm over him, disregarding the fact that he's on fire, and goes,
Obram just starts catching on fire a little
"We
bit.
need to stay a second night."
Okay.
All right. Is there anything that you all would like to do with the before going to bed?
I know Obram brought it up. Is there a open blacksmith at the moment?
Not at the moment. No.
Eddie goes straight to bed.
All right.
He's drunk.
I think Hawthorne wants to go sit on the beaches for a little bit.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So Hawthorne going to the beach, bed.
Oscar Felix gonna be like a hobo and just sleep on the street somewhere.
Okay. You do have rooms.
I was gonna
just
say,
so
I
you
have
know.
a room.
Okay. Fair enough.
Oscar Felely doesn't need a room.
Oscar Felix doesn't believe in
I'm gonna go search around town.
Search around town. What are you looking around town?
Just anything out of the ordinary, anything suspicious.
Okay.
New town it's massive. It's scary. It's new.
So I'll describe this to you as Obram, you begin walking the streets and Felely finding a place to.
Do you want to walk
for
the
the
streets
night.
with me? Do you want to walk the streets with me or no?
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to take Felely with me. You want to? Let's go explore a little bit. You okay with that?
Yeah. Takes a bottle with him.
Yeah, it's open drink anywhere. So you notice that the patrons of Siren's Bell seem to be a merry lot, actually. There is a lot of commotion that is even just still in the streets. You see abandoned at this point in time, seems like stalls, merchant stalls that kind of line this giant bell that is on the inside. The two of you, as you begin to kind of walk, I would say that Hawthorne. I would say, just because you didn't specify, you notice that Hawthorne is kind of right, not on a bench, but digging her feet into the sand in the actual lake portion. Now there's almost like a beach that is kind of continuously moving in this bell shape in the center of town. The two of you end up wandering the streets. I need both of you to roll, actually, not your hope and fear, but I want you to roll a d20.
Damn.
Big boy dice.
Big boy dice.
16.
17.
16, 17. Okay, so the two of you end up noticing as you're kind of wandering around this giant, almost lake-like structure, this giant bell. On the left-hand side, you notice that there is a giant church that is kind of just towering over any other building. You notice that a lot of the architecture that is there seems to be very much intact, whether it had been pre-apocalypse, so to speak, or pre the calamity, or that the group that lived here ended up rebuilding. You pass by a couple Infernus tieflings that kind of walk on by, some beginning to kind of give a slight jingle as they begin to kind of walk, and you notice that they are heading down south. I would say that both of your eyes kind of catch and almost like follow their gaze, and you notice that there's a few other buildings that are kind of lit up at night. Instead of the dimly lit blue light that the flames are kind of emitting, you see a couple that are a very bright pink, kind of in a few different buildings to the south portion of the actual Bell Lake itself. But you end up wandering the streets, kind of talking amongst some of the locals, learning that a few things with those roles. So Siren's Bell used to be a place of trade pre-calamity. You learn that it was a place that once upon a time held these horrific tales of not only, like, they dealt in trade, but they also dealt in human trafficking. Some little bit of lore that you find out with those roles, that in Illidan, the actual continent that you reside in currently, human flesh, specifically the human ancestry or race, was long sought after as something of a delicacy. The species that lived on Illidan feasted on human flesh as if it was normal in certain areas of this continent. Unfortunately, Siren's Bell had a dark history of this human trafficking that resided somewhere underneath the town itself. So you pick that up in the middle of the night prior to falling asleep and going to bed, just from talking amongst people, getting to know some of the locals and some of the history that resides here. Hawthorne. As you sit onto the actual, this little beach that is right where the this giant bell lake is, you feel the texture of the water, which is oddly warm as it brushes against your toes. Something that you notice in the middle of the night, you notice a goblin woman kind of wander up and approach you.
Are you lost, dear?
Hey, no, just taking in the sights of a new place, and committing them to memory.
It's good to see someone so well traveled like you. I heard that you and your group ended up arriving. How has that been?
It's...
Where are you from?
What is the name of... the Emerald Grove. Yep, I got it. There we go. Took me a second.
Good memory.
Hawthorne kind of like tilts her head, and she goes, "Oh, from one of the other major places around. Obviously, you folk here, but I come from the land of the Emerald Grove, and
I heard there's lots of trees there.
There is.
Tell me, is there little spirits there, like fairies?
Yeah. And Hawthorne's little fairy actually getting mentioned.
Forgot about that thing.
Yeah, Jake's been around Eddie the whole time, and he hasn't really noticed him. Not noticed him, but hasn't acknowledged him.
Cassidon. Sorry, it took me a second. Cassidon actually pops out from within like Hawthorne's like little cloak and stuff.
Oh, is that one of them?
It is.
Oh! She looks at it. You see her big, wide, kind of goblin-like eyes, these green eyes, and sorry, not green eyes, these yellow eyes, this green skin, long ears kind of pointed down. She's standing is about the same size as you sitting. And you see her kind of wrapped up in a turban that kind of goes over her head, protecting her. And she's like, what's that? What is its name?
Its name is Cassidy.
Cassidy. It. They.
I don't know.
Oh.
They don't talk.
What are you? And she kind of points out and you see Cassidy kind of like blink and just kind of like flutter over to your shoulder, kind of. You get the sense of anger as it seemed to have been poked at. I didn't mean to offend. I've just never seen one of those things.
No. They're fickle creatures. Nothing to be worried about.
Yeah, they're plenty over there.
Hey, I would say so. Depends on where you look, but they're always around.
Didn't want to take most of your night, but I just wanted to say hello.
Oh, of course. Nice to meet you. And Hawthorne goes to pluck a feather, but there are no more feathers. So it's the first time she's tried, and she feels a weird feeling. It's something that's always kind of been behind her for the longest as she's remembered. It's no longer quite there in the same way. She kind of tucks her hand back in, but doesn't mention anything.
She's like, well, cheerio. If you end up coming over, I own well, she seems to straighten herself up, and I own an establishment called Wonders and Bit Bobs. Wonders and Bit Bobs. We have all kinds of assorted goods. If you need anything on your travels, come find me.
I will. Sorry, what's your name?
Oh yeah, my name is Tiffany.
Well, Tiffany, have a fantastic evening, and I'm sure I'll see you soon.
Oh, I'll see you soon. I'm gonna get plastered. And you just see her just kind of wander off into another one of the bars that you have yet to go to, but seems to be a welcome patron as the doors swing open. You hear as she wanders past. But you're alone with your thoughts for a minute. What's kind of going through your head?
I think the feeling of her feathers keeps playing, or her former feathers, kind of keeps playing in her head, trying to remember the feel that they had, but also playing with the skeletal and lightning based that she now has, trying to familiarize herself with what has now become her.
How does it feel?
Angry.
Angry.
Not angry. Like how a storm is angry. It's not an emotion, but an energy within the air. And the vibe is, or not the vibe, I don't know. Yeah, the energy in the air is angry.
Fair enough. Interesting. I like that. All right. I'm going to say at this point in time, you all find rest in your own way, shape, or form. Whether it be someplace comfortable, someplace that you find familiar, whether it be like in an alleyway, being comfortable, digging your feet into the sand itself, maybe even creating a small hut very briefly. Heavily intoxicated, wrapped up in blankets that don't seem to catch fire.
I love how convenient that is.
Magical indeed.
Resting maybe on the beach or even back at a residence. Or even just potentially wandering into the flames begin to emit a orange light. Rest takes you. Now I say that At this point in time, without having to pick A, B, or C, I would say that all of your armor is repaired, all your stress is gone, and all your HP is filled. The morning takes you. You all end up waking up in your particular areas, wherever they end up being. And you all are reminded that there's an individual that needs to speak with you early in the morning. So you, Tier, I would say, let you all know where to meet him, which is in the center of town. There is a large inn, or at least what used to be at some point in time. You end up making your way inside this inn, and you notice to the left-hand side, you notice that there is like a big sand pit, and there seems to be competitive fighting that is happening inside this sand pit. People are kind of going fisticuffs left and right, almost like a boxing ring, but in sand, wrapped with ropes that kind of are working as almost like a boxing glove. Upstairs, you were told to kind of meet up, and you notice that as you climb these stairs and make up, you come to this marble statue, and it's a very interesting statue. The marble is kind of glistening white, and you notice that there is a earthkin kind of carved into it. You notice this earthkin has like a lute kind of strumming out. I would say that, probably Obram noticed in extremely faded leathers like mithrils in. But as you open up these doors, you notice that this room that looks almost like it was an inn room has been fashioned to be almost like an office. You notice Tyr kind of scribbling away at a few kind of like notations and things like that, papers. And you walk on the inside, and he glances up, and he's like, "Oh, you all have arrived. Excellent. So, now that you've become acquainted with a little bit of Siren's Bell, at least a night's rest, you all feeling alright? You feel rested? Supposedly.
See?
Darren?
As rested as one can be, as Eddie kind of like sways a little.
Still slightly intoxicated.
Franklin, how much did you there?
Fuck off.
Don't feel guilty at all. That's part of Siren's Bell. We live day to day as if it's our last. So, I got this relic that you had brought to me. He slides this out, and you notice that it is almost like a third of a circle with runes and ancient like carvings that kind of tied into it. So you've brought me this. Now I want you all to pay attention real quick. There are 3 of these pieces that I've been able to identify, and the existence of this one does maybe count as merit as potentially being able to know that this exists. You can see his eyes light up behind these kind of curly brown hair. They place relatively nearby in part of the ocean. We've already been able to excavate a way there. There's a water temple here, beneath the sewers, underneath the cathedral where we normally reside all our books, and where we've been able to document some things. Under this temple should be something very similar to this, and he holds it up. You notice this third of a sphere, or a circle, completely green, and you notice that now that you're not in harm's way, you can see all these different runes that are kind of attached to it. The next piece is something similar, and it's orange. Blue. That someone resides in this cathedral. Now, there's no rush, the fact that it's here. But if you get a chance today, all that we've been able to fully recover from Torrent's research is that in the sewers there were horrible things that happened, and the two of you had listened to this in the middle of the night through rumorscaping, just kind of getting to know people, learning a little bit about Siren's Bell. There's some horrors that happened here 200 years ago, 300 years ago. A dark past. You have to travel through the sewer system to get to this temple. We've mapped out where it is just from old text. However, the journey there could be very dangerous. We've lost 3 of my guards trying to even excavate this place. The fact that you fared well in this forest temple is glad to hear, first and foremost. Yes.
Have they not been found, or were they killed?
They have not been found.
So they're missing.
Missing. However, something that bubbled up in the middle of the lake, Siren's Bell, was one of their hands. Admittedly, we were able to distinguish that it was the god's hand because we only have a few fairies here in town. It was an insect-like hand.
Okay, so one guard is missing a hand.
When you do decide to go there, I would gravely recommend you, and finding supplies, getting what you can here in town. Whenever you're ready, proceed. There's a few things that you might want to be aware of as well, that might be in more dire need. We do have the Couriers Guild has posted a few bills that are present. Some giant monsters, and his eyes flash over to Zephyr. Then roaming the ocean side. As well as there's a forest in the northern portion that imps have been giving us trouble. Red caps. There's a few things that are posted, but whenever you get the chance. What's underneath? Quite worried about that. If something's in the sewers, it could eventually come topside. That's all I really have for you. If you get a chance, I'd stop by the Scholars Guild. Torrent's there. Might be able to fill you in a little bit more of the history. But it's in the cathedral. Do you have any questions for me?
You said water temple. Like as in water.
As in
like
water.
that wet shit.
Yes. There's plenty of it here.
Eddie kind of stands up. He's like, I'm out. And he turns to walk away.
Hawthorne grabs his collar and sits him back down.
Fuck!
I won't make you get wet. But, darling, we need you. You're a big man. So you claim to be. You think you could go shooting off in the bar and get away with it? I think I wouldn't notice. So I tell you what, do this job. I'll get you some treats.
I do like treats. Trying to sweet talk me. Isn't this against your religion?
Hey, certain actions have thrown that into consequence.
Well, if you're wanting for treats, I'd go to Barbora down at the market. He's got quite a few treats if you're feeling inclined to bribe the flankin.
Flankin. There's another?
I meant you, silly.
Never mind.
Oh my god. I remember Colt telling me a little bit about you, saying, he's ready. You're ready, right?
Sorry. It's like stumbling over his words a bit. I'm sorry, you poisoned me last night?
That wasn't me.
It's Torrent, darling.
I'm a little concerned. Maybe walk off whatever this is before you dive into a delve.
Splash him with some good water.
I need a Do you know where any blacksmiths are or armorers?
Yes, there's Gorgon.
Gorgon.
Gorgon's hammer. Bugbear here in town.
I barely see any of those. Those are rare. Bugbears?
Bugbear.
Okay, Gorgon's hammer. You said it's here in town?
Yeah. Here in town, just at the crest of the southern portion of the port bottom. I'm learning how to even say this thing. Where the bed is, just south of that.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Anything else for you?
Is there a potion salesman around here? Apothecary, I don't know what they call them.
There is. There's old Gregor's. You end up seeing that on the west side of the town.
Precious.
Any libraries?
He's an odd
here?
type, though. Just hold on it.
Let's go feel we'll figure it out.
That's very nice. Well, I'll leave you to your things. Maybe so.
I'll make sure he does.
You see
Hawthorne
it.
smacks it.
Tears not afraid of giving it back, so to speak, and he gives a quick bow and I'd love to hear whenever you're ready. Just be safe when traversing.
I'll give you a ring.
So you lot end up exiting down and traveling back down. You hear the sprawling of a fight kind of going into this sand pit. You see two orcs going left, right after one another. You see a bar, kind of people cheering and betting and whatnot. And you exit out, and the day is yours. How do you want to spend it?
To Gorgon's hammer.
You need to go too?
Yes. Want to see what he's got.
Okay.
Company.
You all-
I have a question.
Yes.
So in this game, armor, is it like, would I have to buy a new armor set, or can I upgrade my current one?
That is an option for both, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stick around with these fuckers.
I was gonna say, let's go shopping.
Yeah.
Shopping episode.
I do have to go get potions though. I'm all out.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you make your way to Gorgon's Hammer. Northern portion, you notice that at this point in time, dramatically livelier. You kind of pass through the center of town, and you see just people bargaining, and you see just this commotion. You see these different exotic animals in cages that you kind of walk on by, and you notice people like bidding to the highest bidder. You begin to pass through and you smell sweet scent of like candies and things of that nature, and shortly after that, the smell of just roasting meat over a kebab kind of fill up your nostrils, but eventually you end up making it over to Gorgon's Hammer. And you immediately hear the sound of tink, tink, tink. And you're immediately greeted as you enter into the building itself, which is just a completely open air. But this individual senses your presence, and they turn around and look over at you, and you see this completely covered head to toe from fur, this bugbear with jutting out tusks kind of out of their mouth. And you notice, I would say Hawthorne probably notices this, kind of eyeliner perched over, and she turns on over to you, and she looks over at the lot of you, and she, pleasure to meet your acquaintance. And she gives one could say a curtsy, if a bugbear could, in a leather apron, and she walks on over. What brings you in today, lasses and lads?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah. And Eddie kind of grabs onto Colt's Legacy, the simpler of the two weapons, and goes, "You got anything like this? A firearm?"
Nothing like the sort there.
Shit.
That's quite the relic, though. Hard to see something like that here and there.
Well, if you ever need one, kind of gestures at the sniper rifle that's kind of holstered on his back.
Quite the work of craftsmanship. from the order, pre-calamity. Wonderful to see those things, but these hands are meant for larger things. And forging. It's a Tamagotchi.
It's my remote start.
What can I get the last of you, though? You see that she kind of leans on over with one elbow at the counter, and you see that this is kind of a modest shop. Definitely reconditioned for maybe a previous owner pre-calamity. But she bats her eyelashes.
Do you need to go next? Or
There you go.
Alright. Orem steps up. I was wondering if you could possibly alter this chainmail to be a little combination of leather, a little lighter. This chainmail's a little too heavy on me.
Too heavy on you.
And I take it off and I place it on the...
Yeah, I could outfit something of the sort to kind of weave leather and get rid of some of the bulk. Is it just too heavy for you?
I also was wondering if you had an extra dagger, by any chance, in the stock.
Do you have a simple dagger I could sell you?
Now hold on. And Eddie does something into himself for a moment. And he glances at his pocket holster where there's a knife holstered, and he looks at Oberon, and he turns back to Gorgon? Gorgon. Turns back to Gorgon and goes, "Could you fit something like this to him?" And holds up Tiamat's dagger.
Fit it? It looks like it fit him just fine.
Out of character. Maybe something less finesse based. Because its current attribute is finesse.
Ah, something a little lighter. I can chip away some of the metal. Lose some of its effect, though.
No, it's okay, keep it.
I don't know. Okay. And he kind of
Save it for another time.
sheets it back
Thank you, though.
and slides it away.
You have a simple dagger? And she flips it up in the air and grabs it. Got you 2 gold. If you have it.
Yep, I do.
Go ahead and add a simple dagger. It's a D4 to add to your inventory.
Yes.
Anyone else want anything?
Do you know when she'll be able to outfit the armor?
Oh,
Did my shit.
it'll end up being roughly about 2 days.
2 days? Okay.
2 days and I can make it. It'll cost you 6 gold.
Okay. You can keep the remaining metal, whatever excess that is on it.
If you do that, then I'll just take 5 gold.
Thank you.
Go ahead,
I'm just
Mark.
gonna pay her in advance.
Okay, throw it all out.
Yeah.
What can I get you?
I'm just looking to
I have
upgrade.
to say that mustache is.
He twirls it a little bit. He starts blushing a little bit. Yeah.
It's like the rainforest.
Yes. You're like, this breastplate is very important to me, but as you can tell, it's been through the ringer. Could you make it a little bit better? Upgrade it, make it,
She looks at it.
reinforce it, but keep its proper look.
She looks at it and she looks at all the patchwork that seems to have been done to it, the love and care, and just pure, almost desperation as well to try and keep this piece refined and together. I think I can.
What do you reckon? Charge?
You give me 4 gold, and I'll be able to make this as good as new. It will take me, I have a commission from this young fawn girl. Probably still take me about 2 days. I can make it.
Deal.
You can work on his first if you want. That armor
I should be able to
means a
get
lot.
it done at the same time.
Okay.
Just roughly.
Gives her the 4.
Okay. She takes the 4 gold and you remove it off. Bear in mind that currently right now, you got no thresholds.
Naked.
naked and afraid. Give me 2 days and I'll be beginning. The mistress.
Thank you. Hawthorne pulls out both her spell sword and also the Mask of Yin and Yang, which seemed to lose some of its luster in the coming days since her revelations and memory. She kind of lays them both out and she looks at her. She goes, I need a bit of a weird request. I know swords are typically straight or maybe a little bit curved, but whatever floats your boat.
I go every which way, dear.
Of course, my love.
I'll bend it however way you want to.
Can you forge it into the shape of a lightning bolt?
Lightning bolt, the mask?
Well, both. Combine the mask and the sword to create this.
Oh, yeah. I could easily fuse the two.
Essentially, yes.
I would love to do such a thing. Anything in particular? This feels magic innate.
Perhaps over a drink I can tell you one night, if you'd like to meet up.
Well, I do meet at the Misty Tavern occasionally.
Perhaps I'll run into you there. We can have a drink.
I would love to hear this story. But it'll cost you. Magical imbuing? I'll be looking at around 5 gold. This might be pushed out to 3 days.
Totally fine. Hawthorne immediately, without hesitation, drops her bag of gold off. Kind of does a little curtsy with it, but
She grabs a hold of it. It's been a fruitful day for the most part. She gives a grin as her tusks kind of leave on out. I'm sorry, Flamekin, though. I wish that I knew that kind of smithy.
Eddie, for once, showing a little humbleness, goes, "Don't worry yourself about it. Hardly anybody left these days who knows anything about this stuff."
I will say that you might have good luck with the scholars here in town. That ancient technology is old. Find Torrent. He's probably in the cathedral where they reside.
We gotta go to the potion shop.
I'll see you all in 2 days. Maybe
Thank you.
3. Cheers.
Cheers.
She smiles. I'll get right to work.
Thank you.
She takes the things.
Offhanded question.
Yeah.
If for whatever reason something comes up and I wanted to change my subclass from one gunslinger subclass to another, would you let me?
I would let you. It depends on exactly what, and you might need to find somebody that is trained in that way.
Good luck with that. Multi-classing it is.
Okay. But yeah.
I think multi-classing with the way I plan on doing it will also be pretty cool.
Okay. That's fair. I'm all down. That being said, you all end up leaving the establishment. Where would you like to go next?
I want to go to the potion shop.
Potion shop?
Shall we go to the apothecary?
Okay. So you end up heading over to the western portion of the town itself. You see this kind of building that is not a shack per se, but you do notice that it's a little bit more rundown than some of the other buildings. Maybe just hasn't been fully repaired from the calamity. You're not entirely sure. Now, as you enter in the door, you hear the jingle, and then you hear, and you hear the sound of another man as he skips on over. And you see this elderly man with a very long beard, a goblin, kind of shaved head to the top side and just a little bit of the fur kind of crowning his head, gray skin, and he kind of wanders on over, and you notice immediately as he is kind of wiping himself off, he has no arms. He has just these 2 little nubs. And he kind of walks on over and he's like, "Oh, questioners!" And he walks on over. "What brings you into here?" And he leans on his nub.
Short.
We're both short. Yes, that's very observant.
Do not compare me to this one. The disrespect.
I wouldn't say really disrespectful. I have a fantastic beard, and you have a great mustache.
Honestly, Felely, I think it's an honor to be compared to this one.
Sir Felely, I think. Is this your brother?
No, we're not related. We're not
He's like
related.
visibly like irritated at this.
I haven't seen such a specimen here in a while. What can I get you, sir?
Give me some healing potions.
Some healing potions.
How much do they cost?
Healing potions cost 4 geld apiece.
Give me one.
Alright.
Doesn't gold.
He wanders on over, and you notice as he kind of begins to fumble over, he brings over a vial of a minor healing potion.
It just has minor in stock, but if you can find the ingredients that can get you more than that.
I'll take one.
You'd like one, of course. I can go ahead, and he wanders over. He moves it, and he grabs a hold of it and brings it on down.
What's the name of the apothecary shop?
It is my brain farted. Someone wrote it down.
I got a little Monster Hunter
I was gonna say
style maybe.
we have Wonders and Bit Bops,
No.
the Hammer,
No.
Misty Tavern, Mermaid's Kiss.
Oh.
That's all I have written down.
Nubs, potions, and such.
Nubs, potions, and such.
Nubs potions.
Yes. So here's a potion. It'd be 4 gold pieces if you'd be so kind.
What ingredients did you need for other potions?
I need elf meat as well as maiden's grass, along with kiss. Of the mermaid.
Kiss of the mermaid.
Those things are readily available. If you make it here, I'll be able to make a few other things for you, if you like.
What would this make?
I'll be able to get you a major potion. If you provide the ingredients, there'll only be 3 gold pieces, if that's the one.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. Anything else I can get you?
You see as he's kind of like counting the gold with his nub. You see
really
he's just
like
kind of
this
wild-eyed and whatnot.
Tony, make sure to get the remaining stock out so that we have enough.
And you see another goblin kind of run on out, and he kind of gathers a few things and kind of restocks the shelves for him.
Such the youth nowadays. It's so slow. But anything else I can get you? I have all kinds of things.
Does Oprah wish to purchase a healing potion?
That's who I think it is.
Nubs.
Nubs.
How? How's that possible, Sean?
It's generational bloodline, my friend.
Yeah.
They're just inbred. They all have no arms.
No.
Actually, I lost my arms because I used to tame Gorgon, but then they bit off my arms. But you know what? You would never find a better kept state.
I love this guy, by the way. Out of like context. My favorite NPC.
Speaking of, one of you had one of the hellhounds, yes? That popped. Yeah, yeah.
You have him.
Ah, yes. A well-behaved animal. Seems to know his master.
Fascinante. He's a piece of shit.
Ah, yes. Most are. But however, he seemed very well behaved. I will say. Scrawny, like he hasn't been fed.
He doesn't deserve food.
Oh my god.
Well, sometimes that makes them very, agitated, but he seemed very nice. He seems to run on nothing for a very long time.
His diet mainly consists of goblets with no arms.
You know what?
He's just fucking.
In my line of work, I completely agree with you.
Oh my god. This is why I love this guy, guys. I'm serious. He's literally the best character in the fucking.
So, yeah, Yes. Is there anything else you need? I have potions of vitality. I have potions of speed. I have all kinds of things.
Did you guys get what you needed?
It's a health potion.
You got a health potion?
Yeah, just one.
I'm broke.
Same with the flamer over there. He also got a health potion.
I will get a health potion.
Health potion. It'd be 4 gold pieces, please.
4 pieces? Okay. Okay, real quick.
Yes.
To the GM.
Yes.
Is Nubs a romanceable character?
Handfuls are how much?
Everyone's romantical.
So what?
Handfuls are how much? For one handful, is it 6 pieces?
Handfuls, I would say 6 pieces. Yes,
6
it'd be
pieces
one
per
handful.
handful.
Oh, then I'm not broke.
Shit!
Yeah.
I had to ask.
Yeah, it's good to ask.
I'm going to get a
I do
potion.
not establish the currency of this world.
Thank you. Thank you.
You want what?
Do you have any, like... I need a potion. Do you have any meat? Like
Any
for wargs
meat?
and stuff? For his warg?
Oh, yes, I do have actually some food for animals, of
I
course.
will take that as well.
Okay, I do have some sheepskin that you could use.
I will take that. Are they good with picking up scents? I've never encountered...
Hellhounds?
Hellhounds,
Oh,
yes.
they can smell someone's shit from a mile away.
Perfect. Thank you. So I will take that, and I will take a health potion.
Yeah, it would just end up being 6 gold pieces. You could count some.
Hawthorne leans over the counter.
Oh, careful there.
Nubs.
That's you have some cleavage. You need to keep those away.
I love this. I told you.
Darling. Do you happen to have any poisons?
Poisons. You know what? I don't, but I do like to dabble in the poisonic stuff. Tiffany, bubbles and stuff. She deals in things like that. I have potions for good things. Speaking of, if you don't perform very well underneath the conditions of alcohol, I have a potion for that.
We all look at...
We all look at Eddie.
We'll look at Eddie.
How much, Hawthorne goes, without even listening for Eddie's reaction, how much for a bottle of such a potion?
For someone in need.
I understand.
Fuck you all.
3 gold pieces. It'll get you nice and tough. And very ready to go.
You did
under
tell
any
me.
circumstances.
You're like, we need to stay another night.
I do not intend on having that poisonous shit again. Fuck you all.
What if the maid gives you one of those? The
Yeah,
barber
what if
gives
the maid gets it? She's very pretty, by the way. I was there, and I was drinking off to the side, and I'd listened to the band. I saw your specade, and it was...
Hey, Nubs. I'll let you continue this critique on my ability to perform under alcohol, but you try shooting straight under alcohol.
You know what? I can piss my name straight. I don't even have to grip onto it, and it just goes.
Give this man an award.
You're giving us an award.
Favorite character of all time.
He grabs a hold of something with his foot and just kind of brings it on over and begins to write with his right foot.
I bet you could shoot
onto
with that.
Anything else I can get for you?
I'll take 2 more potions.
2 more potions? Yes, of course.
He gives 2 minor, but he counts them.
Oh shit! This happens so often. Tommy!
You see another goblin kind of get on up and kind of begin to scramble and grab the gold that has fallen from him. I think that might be all. You see, he grabs it on. Thank you, Tammy.
Do a sleight of hand check. Rob this guy.
Roll a d20.
Anyway, here's the thing. He grabs it away.
So you have
And Tony kind of runs on up and begins to kind of restock the shelves. And
Nice.
I'm sorry. Yeah, these nubs, they're great with animals, but that's about it.
Question.
yes.
Speed potion. Is this like Baldur's Gate extra action kind of speed potion, or just?
So actually, yes. In this game, I would say that the speed potion would end up allocating you another action. However, when you do drink it, the properties of it end up eradicating 3 stress. You put your body underneath a lot of stress, but you can perform 2 actions.
Is this like a bonus? I don't know. I'm thinking Baldur's Gate.
Yeah,
like
you
use like a bonus action or like a movement, whatever, to drink it, and then you still have
No, you can pop a potion just like you would
at any time.
At any time.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
How much of those?
That'll end up being. Let's see here. I only have 1 in stock,
But it would end up being 3 handfuls of gold.
3 handfuls.
it's very expensive to make on this side of the universe.
Fuck. How about for a handsome man with a handsome mustache? Would you lower that price?
Oh? Go ahead and roll a presence roll.
Can I give him?
How would you help his mustache?
I would do like a little bit for
He walks up twirling.
Yeah, no, it'd be like I would like sit him up on the. No, he would jump up on the thing, and it'd just be me behind him, just like twirling it.
Twirling it?
And I don't say anything.
I'm twirling it.
That might give me a disadvantage.
That might give you a disadvantage.
I would go like this.
If you're willing to use the hope,
Yes, of
I will
course.
allow you to roll a d6 to 8.
Of course I would.
Go ahead and roll, and then we'll have the final total.
4.
4.
So it's dirty 20 with hope.
Dirty 20 with hope. He looks at you, and his eyes narrow, and you can see his
First-time
foot kinda
customers.
going up, and he begins to scratch this long beard with his foot. And he looks at you.
What? Was he a dog?
No, he just kind of like
That's his hands now, bro.
Alright.
You know what? First buyer's discount. That mustache is akin to my own.
you know, says he begins to kind of twirl this like longer beard with his foot.
2 handfuls.
You have yourself a deal.
Let's,
Thank you.
let's take on it.
And he spits on his foot and holds it out.
He just like it's like it's still sheathed his sword. He just kind of like pushes it down.
I'll take it.
Just not touching it.
Go ahead and mark 2 whole handfuls off.
Gotcha.
So now I have.
Go ahead and add a potion of speed to your inventory.
So I have
Anything else I can get for you? You guys have been, wow, quite the patrons that I've had in a number of years. Usually some people are like, well, it's like, I can't get hard, or, I just need a potion, you know. It's good to see the people, and you can see that he begins grinding, like, some seeds and things like that with his 2 feet, and he's just kind of talking as he begins to grind, and he's, you know, it's good to see people that of class and regalness. And he points at your mustache.
Do you have anything on underneath your chest plate now that you've taken it off?
Just my gambeson, I guess, but it doesn't count as any AC.
No, I was just curious to see if you were naked or not.
No, it's just like a shirt.
just dong floating,
Yeah,
flopping in the
You know what, like,
dragging across the floor.
Tiffany might have some basic leather if you need something in the meanwhile. Not to say that you do.
And he lifts up his nubs.
But
Shall we go to Tiffany's?
Yeah, I think we're gonna make our way around town. This is our first time here, so.
oh, I recommend making 30th some of the street food.
Street
what?
food. Okay.
Some of that kebab is good.
Good to know. Good to know. Sorry, I'm trying to.
We have about 30 minutes left prior to session ending. But you all end up exiting out. And we can go longer, but I'll just let you know that's the normal time frame.
Probably should get home just because of the love.
Yes. So you end up gathering yourselves, heading over to Tiffany's.
I don't need leather. Do you need leather?
If you're not gonna wear it, sure. For the next.
I'm mean, I'll be fine.
Day or so, yeah.
Because
You gave away your armor, right?
Yeah, I think we both did. But are we gonna?
Oh, you could ask.
We need to figure out like what our priority is before.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have to get this leather and then like.
We'll
just
have this
throw-
conversation with them.
I was gonna say, do we want to become known around town before? I was gonna say because according to my lovely notes here, the couriers have posted 2 bounties, one for some sea monsters on the actual ocean, and also a bounty for some red caps.
I think whatever's closest to town,
Gotcha. So we'll go talk to them and see.
whatever's priority is higher. I think we can at least wait a little bit for the water temple.
Yeah.
I also do have to warn you folks, I gotta leave like at 10.
Yeah, we plan on it.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And actually, that's why everyone was kind of conversating of like, what are we doing? What are the plans?
Regardless, we have to get our stuff, our armor and stuff, so we can't
Before
really.
we fight anything, then
Yeah.
we're screwed.
So I figure we should make ourselves known around town, perhaps swing through, because I have to meet with Torrent at the Scholars Guild, and also we can investigate, talk to the couriers, and see if there's any jobs.
Is there a guild like this in Siren Bell?
Oh yeah, can I actually use? Hold up. Forgot about this ability. Can I go ahead and make a roll for any additional history outside of what we've already learned? Like additional history on Siren's Bell outside of like the human trafficking and all that.
I would say yes. Go ahead and do a roll with that. Just kind of based on some of the stuff that you had uncovered with Tiny in your youth.
Yeah, and I also have advantage on that since Warborn.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Uh, 18.
18. Take the hope. That being said, thinking back, you do know that you remember reading an old text, specifically on the church that's here. It pertains to this church being made, and you kind of make a connection. Inside this church, there's supposed to be a depiction of, once again, just like in the Forest Temple, oddly, a woman that with black hair, wielding this kind of green flame. You know that with that 18, I would say that she often gets depicted in multiple like religious places of worship, and somehow she had a part to play this same figure in many of these pre-first calamity. So you guys are already at the second calamity. So this is a very, 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 very long time ago. But this figure, this historical figure, tends to appear wherever major events happen. And apparently in Siren's Bell, there is a depiction of her. And you don't quite know exactly what the depiction was, but you do know that in the church that's here, a church of Zambog, specifically, and from your literature, I would even say Felely knows this, their churches, or even, actually technically all three of you know, they're places of worship of an old dragon god that used to exist. But this, I would say with that role, you were able to discern that there is something of interest where the scholars seem to be keeping their
That's
literature.
the base is that church.
Correct. That is where
Okay.
the scholars are
Is
residing.
Zambog's.
Yes.
The Church of Sandbar. So something major happened here at one point during the original calamity.
Correct. In which you are in the second calamity era.
Well, I think we should maybe head over to what, the Scholars or the Couriers Guild?
I think
You
you
guys
guys
think
were
of-
headed to Tiffany's, but it's entirely up to you
I
where
was
you
gonna
want to go.
say I'm down to go to either scholars or couriers. Do we want to inquire more about jobs in the future, or more about like the potential like history and main objective?
I think we should definitely at least help out. At least with one of the side quests.
One of the easier ones.
Yeah. And then maybe like side quests, water temple side quests, kind of thing.
Then we should do Tiffany so we can get at least leather.
You think so?
Yeah, at least.
So we should, I say, in my opinion, couriers, we'll go through Tiffany's, we'll do the objective, and then kind of loop back around.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll see which has like more like an urgency on those side quests.
On the board.
Yeah.
All right. So you head back over to where Tyr resides. So back inside this kind of larger-looking hotel-like place with the sand pit of the boxing ring on the inside. You know, kind of inquiring, looking around, and the barmaid that's in this area. And you notice there's a lot of bars. Seems to be kind of a theme that seems to be here. The barmaid that's there ends up kind of bringing you around back, so you wrapping around actually where this fighting pit is. And at this point in time, as you kind of transfer over, you see one of the water ganassis from last night, the shark-looking one, taking blows up against a very tan-skinned human with kind of these long dreads going to the back, going left and right, going toe-to-toe. But you end up going past that pit and down into this area. And you end up seeing actually this kind of bulletin board, which the only courier that's here, but some of you have used to courier in the past, are familiar with this kind of notice board. And you notice like these kind of plaques of different pieces of paper listed. Down below, you end up seeing this kind of dwarven figure kind of greet the lot of you, and he's looking for a bit of way to make some coin, are you? And he looks at you, and for some reason, one of his eyes is eyelidless. So he can't quite blink, but you notice that it's a normal eye. It's not like a wooden replacement. It's just like sticking out of his socket. And he's looking at the two of you, and he's looking at Felely, but the other eye is like keeping an eye on Obram. What are you looking to do?
Do we know? What's your name?
Gregor.
Okay, do we know Gregor?
Gregor.
Do we know
You
Gregor?
have no idea if anyone here except Tyr.
Yes,
This is Courier Wick. Which one of you has Courier symbol?
do I still have my old one?
I would say no.
I got mine.
Oh, I. Good to see you, fellow courier.
Likewise.
I have a few jobs for you if you want.
Yeah, I just make a few bucks.
Aye,
What jobs you got?
got a few. We have some red caps up in the northern pines. Up there, there's a group of them been cutting off some of our trading routes over to the Fey Woods. Nasty buggers. Fat one of them. Larger. We've named him Tiny Hat, the Little Red Hat. Kill that one. He seems to be the leader of the others. Giving commands left and right. Predominantly getting a lot of our seafood from reaching the northern pines. Go through there, take its head. I'm sure the rest of them will fade away like the little cowards they are. The other left eye moves over to the Eddie. We have some sea monsters kind of crouching out in the middle of the night. These things seem to be murdering our folk, but predominantly taking some of our ale. Can I have that? Grab a hold of, I've called them mermen, but they're a bunch of cocksuckers, if you ask me. Take out the three of them. Got some gold for you.
3. That sounds easier than a fucking bunch of red calves.
They're large for warning.
I think it's too large for rescue feeling.
How close are they to Siren's Bell?
They're in the southern portion
Southern.
I've heard that sometimes, though, and his left eye fixated on Hawthorne. We've heard that they found their route through the bell itself, being able to raid us in the middle of the night.
Alright, I
What would be
see.
the reward?
So, for the red caps, he addresses Felely being courier. The red caps are end up getting you roughly about 50 handfuls.
50 handfuls.
50 handfuls.
What is that in bags? Like 10 handfuls per bag? Or?
10 handfuls for bags.
5 bags.
Now, if you end up getting in the head of the creature, if you can wrangle the rest of the little fucks, I can guarantee you an extra 4 bags. Good.
So 4 bags you can bring in the head?
Correct. And 4 additional. That being said, if we end up getting these creatures that seem to be bothering us in our own town, there's a bounty that even Tyr himself put up. And we're getting 20 bags of gold.
Damn.
A lot of gold on the market.
Right.
20 bags, so that's
200 handfuls, right?
Wait, or you mean 20 handfuls, 2 bags?
It'd be 2 bags.
Okay.
Is there a time limit on these?
Well, the sooner the better.
Right.
However, there are plenty of couriers that might end up taking up another job if you don't get it. You have 1 courier in your group, you can take 1 mission from me.
I say we do monsters. It seems like the easiest one that's in town. We can always retreat.
Plus, it's in town, so
Yeah.
it's like infiltrating.
Or like the other one's probably more risky if we're gonna be out in the woods.
We should do that, but later. I
I
think.
will say that they do seem to be after a ale. You could use that to your advantage.
Lure with booze.
Booze and breasts.
Yeah.
Booze and breasts.
Hawthorne.
Tightens your cloak.
I'm kidding, of course.
I'm not. Alright.
Yeah, I say we do.
So we're gonna do the merman one, right?
yeah.
Alright. He pulls off one of the ledgers and hands it on over. He heats up a wax seal that, in customary, Felely takes out his emblem, dips it into the seal, and then dips it right onto the ledger itself. They'll give you a copy, but this one's posted, and he hangs it up into a wall and nails it to the wall. Whenever you're ready, bring them to me. Let me know when the job's done.
Hey,
Okay.
Otherwise, yeah, Delver type. I think all their efforts are going into this temple. There might be something that you can add to it. If you ever want to go ahead and make some additional coin through the Delver's Guild. Yeah. Anyway, get the fuck out of here. You just notice his eye kind of goes off to the left and over to the side, and he grabs a hold of the mug that eye was looking at and begins drinking himself.
Looking at
You guys exit on it.
Yeah.
You do have the one job, Felely, you have as a post. What would you guys like to do? It's just about ready that time, or we can end it now.
do you want to call it now and then pick up at Tiffany's next time?
Yeah.
Go to Tiffany's and then
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Is it Tiffany's?
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Also, I have a question for the 3 of you. What do we
yeah.
want to call our party?
A fistful of a-holes. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I don't know.
Oh, what? You know what? Think about
I
it.
was going to say, do we want to
Give it some thought.
make your suggestions in the group chat and we'll call it there?
There you go. Yeah, give it some thought. Give yourself a name as you kind of dip into this world. That being said, once again, thank you. We are past the dice. Thanks for joining us on this shopping mission and getting into a little bit of the lore of this new world that we're getting into. Once again, thank you again. We appreciate every single sub, every single like, every single view. We love doing this and can't wait to see you next time.
Yeah, we do it for free.
See ya.
Yeah, we do it for free, completely free. See you later. Bye.
Bye.